Oh my god, what is up, everybody? I did it. I nailed the animation for once. Hey. Hey, thanks for being here, everybody. We really appreciate it. What's up, Blue Pitch Gaming? We love you. Okay, I'm up first, right? Here we go.
Yeah.
If you see a heart button down below, please click it. You can follow us and get notified when we go live. We stream twice a week, Thursdays and Saturdays, more or less. If you like RPG related memes, please give us a follow on Instagram at Mates of Fate. Twitter, you can get notified when we're doing a giveaway. Spinecrusher, add it to your thing. We're doing a giveaway, and I forgot all about it. If you want to catch up on our old episodes, just search YouTube for Mates of Fate, and you can catch up on Artema or Songs of Creation, any of that other good stuff. My big announcement, here we go. Please, please, please join us Saturday, March 26th for a completely original, super special one-night only event. A dark-themed, kind of grown-up, one-shot RPG called Cobaltica, which is all about the secrets kept inside the galaxy's largest producer of android workers. We're going to have a bunch of the Mates of Fate playing. I will be our GM, Carol, spoiler alert. And two of our very good friends from the stream, Slices and Dices, where Matt and Sarah are going to join us, and we're super excited to have them. Yeah, March 26th, 8:30.
So pumped. So
I'm
excited.
be a blast.
super pumped for
Yeah.
it. It's going to be awesome. All right, what you got, Mike?
Okay. So check out the list here. So this Saturday, as everybody knows, we stream Songs of Creation every Thursday. Artema's on Artema on Saturdays. This Saturday we are streaming Artema, but it's going to be a unique session in that all my players will be playing their evil characters that they created for the interlude. Isabel, I don't know if you've been keeping up with the chat or not. So this might be the first you've heard about it, but you will be playing your evil character on Saturday. And we'll be playtesting Tomb of Beast 3 monsters from the upcoming Kobold Press book.
You get an early release, right?
So early release, yeah. They handed me off a PDF of about 20 monsters, and hopefully we'll get through 2, maybe 3 of them. We'll see.
We're gonna get through like 18.
Yeah, well, how good you guys are at combat, probably.
They're gonna get through us.
Is this a prequel to our like do we have to survive this so the campaign makes sense later?
Or this is how the Nameless got their name.
We'll see. I don't know how it's going to go.
All right,
We'll
it'll be before and after, depending on if we live or not.
Yeah. We will determine that after the fact.
We have a special guest on that one too. Our friend May from Slices and Dices is going to be sitting in with us. That's our first ever crossover episode. I can't wait.
Oh my god, you're right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's going to be awesome.
Hopefully many more to come.
Yep.
Yes.
Battle Royale style. Whoever last man, woman, or somewhere in between standing. And then I don't know if you mentioned, Ash. So we're doing a giveaway during Cobaltica as well. So if an awesome homebrew system with homebrew story isn't incentive enough, with some awesome guests isn't incentive enough for you to check out Cobaltica, how about an awesome Dice Vault giveaway from Talon and Claw? So we'll be giving away a aromatic cedar Dice Vault. Hold 7 of your polyhedral dice. So
it's cedar. You didn't say it was
cedar.
cedar. Why do you keep giving away shit that I want?
I want it too. It's going to arrive here, but I'm not going to want to give it up.
We just give it away to people who watch us instead of keeping it. We're idiots.
Yeah.
You're treating your dice better than they're going to treat you. I can tell you that right now.
Yeah. And it will be, it'll have a custom made Mates of Fate engraving. So,
really
cool.
cool.
Awesome. I can't wait to see it.
Cool.
If it looks great, maybe I'll order one for myself. We'll see.
Yeah.
Secondly, Syrinscape. So all the music, ambiance, sound effects that you're going to hear tonight are courtesy of Syrinscape. Awesome online application. Give it a check out. So in this game, I'm the host of the sound, and everybody connects to it, and they just get to listen and hear the awesome sounds that you also hear. Talked about songs on Thursdays, Artema's Saturdays. Those are our 2 recurring games. And I think that's it. So Matt, I'll turn it over to you then.
Yeah. So we're doing something a little bit different. Normally we have been having just our charity selected and just up there on the Twitch channel for the time that we're doing the one shot of the month.
Yeah, once.
Right now we decided that given the kind of month it's been, it was a little bit more pressing that we get that charity thing listed up there. So we have decided that we're going to do Cobaltica and any charity charitable donations for the next month or so towards the United Nations refugee program the UN Refugee Agency. wonderful cause. And you think about it, and really, it's opening everyone's eyes as to just how really fragile that the things that we take for granted are. So it's a wonderful, wonderful organization and cause. So if you can, please donate.
Our QR code in the middle of the screen too. If you don't
We have our
feel
QR
like-
code set up.
The QR
Cool.
code is on this screen right now
Nice.
underneath you, Matt. So you can scan that
Yeah.
with your phone and tap right there if you want to donate. We don't keep any of that. It all goes right to UNHCR.
Yeah. I mean, also one other thing worth mentioning. Happy St. Patrick's Day, everyone.
Happy St. Patty's
Yay.
Day! Hey.
Everyone wearing green has advantage.
To everything?
Well, inspiration, I mean.
Suck it, mates.
Yeah. Sorry. But yeah.
Excuse me. Suck it,
have it.
mates. Ha ha.
You just have advantage the entire game.
Yes.
Whenever-
No, just you have inspiration. So yeah.
Sweet.
And maybe I'll give you advantage in your next religion check just for that. Cool.
It helps when your DM is Irish.
Does help. Yeah. In fact, if you know what, if we get a donation to Ukraine during the stream, I will take a swig of the bottle behind me. I'm not trying. So if you, kids underage and all that, alcohol is something to be enjoyed responsibly, etc., etc. But in
All right,
this
Dad.
case, if you donate to Ukraine, I will do my part and take a drink, and we'll see how the night goes. All right.
So if you're going to donate $20, go ahead and do that in $1 increments. And we will just steamroll this event tonight. Also, your name will appear on our stream 20 times. It's a win-win-win lose.
I didn't think this through.
Nope,
Guys.
you're committed.
Speaking
So
of
it is written.
donations, of donations, I donated blood today, so I might
Let's
die.
play D&D.
Hey. All right. Responsibly.
Nope.
When last we left our adventurers, you guys very cleverly worked out some of the best damn puzzles I could think up in the Temple of Time, as I've decided to name the maps. Yeah, you went and the keystone was acting all kinds of timey-wimey, wibbly-wobbly, and
It was
humming.
cool.
Yeah, you were in this chamber that seemed kind of closed off. There were massive statues on the edges of, these massive looking doors behind them. And you try to get a hold of Reggie, and, she just seemed busy at the moment. You eventually figured out how to use the keystone to travel back and forth in time for the first time that this has happened in a controlled manner. So you could actually control going back and forth to set intervals, past, present, future. And using a combination of butterfly effects that you guys were concerned about changing the world drastically in doing, you ended up only impacting just the temple itself, fortunately, and were able to use that as a way to get around the immovable rod doors.
That
Brilliant
was so cool.
work. Brilliant
Such
work.
a cool puzzle.
I'm glad that you guys figured out that you had to have, take that scary leap into let's not hold hands and let's actually do this while we're in separate rooms and see if we're still alive when all is said and done.
The lesson we learned is always split the party.
Yeah. Oh man, I love that. Every single thing you guys do, I just, you see an NPC attacking someone, kill it. Oh, that NPC had friends. Shit. Never split the party. What if we have to split the party? Yeah,
Listen, you can keep trying to teach us all the lessons you want. We ain't gonna learn them.
I know. Speaking of lessons, you soon enough found the inhabitants in the past of this particular place, including one Ebionda, Tyrstale, and one Thrasymachus Vistane, who you had previously thought you knew it to be the songkeeper, ancient times, who was responsible for having lost the lost songs, according to Yellow Reina's take on the story.
Senecus's.
Thrasymachus, yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, you saw him. He was the orcish fellow manning the telescope that was sort of looking at the stars, but also looking in a strange way at. Well, it was a device that allowed him to scry past, present, future. So for him, in his case, far into the future. With the exception of Teleorgatha and the veil that was cast over it. You learned a few other things. That that Thrasymachus took the songs so as to safeguard them, because he could sense that there was something coming. If he was surprised at the outbreak of the Ethereal War. Although they also did seem like they had little reason to trust Krushtak. It's unclear what that meant. You also found out that the Keystone, or Magic Football as you like to call it, is not just an arcane artifact, but actually contains the spirit of a goddess within it.
And we've been throwing it on the ground for 3 years.
Yep. I don't know what you mean about we. I haven't touched that thing.
It's true.
That's right. Everyone else is thrown on the ground is dead now.
I wonder why.
So, yeah, you find yourselves in the position of being able to then use the telescope to scry and to find out, where Reggie is doing. As it kind of came up in conversation that because was wondering, well, what are you doing here? What do you mean, chosen one, and this and that, and given one of the objects belonging to her, I believe it was the baby blanket that she's had since she was a baby. You were able to hone in on Zara's position more or less in the present time, a little bit off, but close enough. Landing around the same time that you cast message, finding that she was, she was kind of off by her own, by the beach in Hargrave. Yellow Reina had gone off, feeling that it was in the middle of the day, still plenty of people. It was comfortable enough of a reason to think that there is no real threat. Unfortunately, Reggie was isolated, and at that moment was approached by a messenger of sorts, hailing from the Nine Hells, one who said that Zafrit wanted to meet. Her father wanted to meet. Why? Because there was concern about Krushtak ridding the multiverse of magic. You also remember that when you traveled into the far future, there was no magic. So, you find yourselves now standing in the observatory, having just seen Reggie accepting the invitation to meet at some undisclosed time and place to go just to parlay with Zafrit, her father. Because she was threatened, more or less, with your safety. So, again, got the map up, right?
Yep.
Can you just push it to me, please?
Yes, one moment. I'll share it one more time. You guys are in the... I'll say you're in the observatory right now.
You're under the QR code.
That
One
room
job.
does look like a QR code.
One job. We gave Yellow Reina one job. Watch the kid. I gave the kid one job. Don't wander off into hell. I've only been gone half a day. How is this possible? How is this possible? We need to go back.
Wait. What did you... Now? We just got here. What's the...
Yes, it's urgent. It's happening. Wait, it's not happening now. Is it happening?
Nebiana kind of looks at you curiously, like, well, that is the wonderful thing about being able to travel in time. You can just go when you want to go.
This is making my nose bleed. I don't I don't get. I've been bouncing around the time streams for like 2 years. I still don't get it.
You could.
I told her.
you
I
could
told her. I told her on
catch
the
up.
beach. I told her on the beach. I punched her in the
Listen.
face. She punched me back in the face. I said, "Do you
You-
understand? You need to stay safe. You don't prioritize me. Don't prioritize me." And what did she do? Why?
Let-
What?
I don't know. I don't know who you're talking about, really. Why you're so concerned. But if you're worried about time, about not being able to get to her in time, you'll be fine. You can. If you are far away from home and you know you can go across the river, you can go around a mountain, you can go through a forest. There's multiple ways, but they all lead you back to the same home. It doesn't matter which way you go. You could stay in the same way. You can stay here a day. You can leave right now. You could stay here for 2 years if you want to, and then you could still go back and see her at the same time.
So what's so great about right now? Like, you all can just hop around anytime you want. You can go back to when you were babies. You can go 1,000 years in the future and just look and see if flying carpets have been invented yet. And you stay here. What's so great about it? Why?
This Tristamachus is, for one, we're safe. For another, there's, well, a bit of a mystery to be solved. For a third thing, being back here, we can see far more than we could any time in the future. This is as far back as I'm afraid we can go with the devices we have, in a controlled manner, anyways. It's something to do with Lorea, the veil. I don't understand it. But at any rate, this device allows us to scry, as you saw, into the future. It uses an advanced form of divination, powered in part by the crystal you saw downstairs. Well, what it allows us to do is to look into the future, so to speak. We can't look into the past from here. So this device, being as far back as we can take it, allows us to see far more into the future. It's very hard to understand, but think of it as you can see a greater distance from the top of a mountain than from below, from its base.
What is the point? You sit in your safe little cave here, or whatever, your safe little wizard tower, and you spy on all of the future and you just, observe? You don't intervene, you don't fix anything? What are you even doing here?
We are trying to learn what goes wrong. We know that in the far, far future there is no more magic. We are trying to understand what happens. We are trying to find a way that it can be prevented, a direction, an answer. I don't necessarily know how to stop it, and honestly, I'm best suited to this task. To protecting the songs that I have from being misused, and
What will you do when you find it? If you find this answer, what went wrong? Then what? You stay locked in your tower? Safe? Are you going to fix it?
Oh. Well, you came here, didn't you?
Yes?
Do you believe in coincidence or fate? Are we all just bouncing around, one running into the other, or is there a pattern?
Obviously,
Guiding
I
hand.
believe in fate because it's in the name. Obviously, everything happens for a reason. Not the mates of coincidence. It could be, but we're not.
Much worse. It's a much worse name.
I know.
Yeah, it's terrible. Well,
But with fate, it means we have no choice. We have no free will.
Is that what you think?
maybe.
That's what it means, isn't it?
Did you choose to come here or not?
That's the question, isn't it? Did I?
Maybe we help create fate. You ever think about that?
He takes the keystone in his hand, the one that he has,
I was going to say.
rolls it along the floor where it's going to go and fall off of the ledge.
Oh, don't do that. Don't. She's
fall.
been dropped so many times. Oh, no. Did it break?
Wow.
Did you kill
No.
her?
No. Well, that's interesting. You had a choice. You did nothing. Were you fated to let it fall? Certainly, maybe seems that way. If you roll a ball across a hill, it's going to fall. You deal with the ramifications of what happens if you choose not to stop it from colliding into whatever it's bound to collide into. So yes, in a way we are fated, in as much as the world turns, people move about, ships are moved by the winds that carry them. No one can tell which way the winds will blow, certainly. But if you don't put your sail up, your ship won't be moved anywhere. So, do you have free will? Do you not have free will? The point is, act as though you do. Next time, maybe try and stop something terrible from happening. That's all. So,
Well, I'm
I
sorry
will
for
stay here.
yelling at you. I just met you. And what you scried on and showed us was very upsetting, and I'm sensitive. I'm sorry I
Very
yelled
good.
at you.
Well then, who is this woman?
In the vision?
Yes. Evianda, would you please get our friends some tea? Something, maybe, any preferences?
Fire whiskey. Some coffee, maybe.
Whiskey.
Is-
What is whiskey?
Oh my god, this place is awful! This place is awful!
We have to go back. You're right. Let's go.
We have to go back now! This place is terrible! What is with
So,
just coffee? Who is she?
Can I tell? Is he fucking with her or just generally?
history check. History check with advantage. For a Draxa or for you.
Not insight, but history.
History.
All right.
I mean, she's from history. Wouldn't it just be a perception check?
For her, if she wants to, yeah. Or not even that. Like, actually, just... Well, it's more... No, this is more a question of whether you can recall something.
All right. 17.
Yeah. Zara, you recall that in the time of, like, ancient Teleorgatha and everything, alcohol had not yet been invented.
What? Alcohol was invented before bread, wasn't it?
Different worlds.
Universe?
Different fantasy.
This
You're
wasn't
thinking Earth, man. So...
We were taking out bread before alcohol in this world.
Yeah.
This world is terrible.
Yeah, this
Burn
is the shitty world. We have to go back. We have to start over again.
Listen,
Get the alcohol
there's...
first, then the bread.
Scorch
It'll be
Th-
fine.
This world is the precursor to when they actually put images on VHS tapes.
Yeah, stop.
Just magnetic image.
It's like...
What like they invented in magic because they weren't constantly blasted all the time.
This is kind of...
Yeah.
In a way, the whole alcohol not being invented yet was a nod to The Simpsons, by the way. There's like a throwaway bit they did with, where it was like, it showed Ireland, like, 1,000 years ago or something like that, and it was this, utopian, futuristic, perfect city and everything. They were like, hey, how are you doing there? Hey, McLaughlin. Well, Daniels has come up with this remarkable beverage. She calls it beer or something. Oh, that sounds interesting. Let's try it. And then they just start fighting, and the entire civilization just collapses. So, happy St. Patrick's Day, everyone.
Happy St. Patrick's Day.
Cheers. Anyways,
Who is she?
Yeah.
She's the key to everything. Kid is the... Do you know what Craven are? Are you one, or is that after you? I don't even know where we are.
Craven.
Alright, don't worry about it. There is a prophecy. By Craven, who you will come to understand eventually. That the future of everything hinges on this one girl making a choice. And I really hope it wasn't that one, because that seemed
I was
like a
not
bad
hold on a
one.
minute.
That seemed like a bad one. She is very important and how the rest of the Second Celestial War plays out. And I wanted to keep her safe in my magic feather house, which I keep the key with me at all times. But no, she's 20 now or whatever, 13, I don't know. She's an adult now. She can leave whenever she wants, and Yellow Rain will watch her. Is that coffee?
Iviana leans over like, what is she saying? I understand about half of these words.
Is there something
I'll go get some tea. I'll be back.
Is there a small shelf that Draxa can kick over?
I think
There's all sorts of mechanical devices and stuff around here, yeah.
I think the issue Drax is concerned about is she's not going to be able to get back in time to help Reggie. Now my concern is also her concern. Now there's only 3 notches on that thing
Downstairs,
out there.
yes.
Yeah.
This one's not. Yes, this one I have here is much more fine-tuned. You'll see. Actually, come here. Why don't you look ahead? Look up at the stars through this scope.
Okay.
Okay, one moment.
There's no like black ink on the thing. Or
No.
anything like
Just
that.
put your eyes. Oh, I wish I'd thought of that though. Oh, marvelous, Frank. I'll try it on there still. Put your eyes just here. Look through. Now, do you see that constellation? I would reckon you likely do not recognize it. No.
Doesn't look at all familiar.
How about now? As he turns it, what you see is this strange thing where you see the stars above, and as he turns it, it has the stars moving just slightly at first, and then other stars coming in, swirling around points where it almost looks like they're just hooking around something that you can't quite see, and others that seem... You just get a feeling that these dots are moving in a way that stars don't move. They just move one big line across the sky. Everyone knows that. But you're seeing them swirling around in these strange motions. Some get brighter. One of them pops, and then it's immediately bright, and then it's gone. And eventually, as he slows it down, you start to recognize the loom, one of the familiar constellations.
Did that one star just explode?
They do that from
Did
time
anybody
to
else
time.
see that? Do you take a look? Zara, Draxa, look.
I don't really
Every-
recognize any of the constellations, but I'm sure it'll look cool.
Oh, no. And he kind of turns it back, turns it forward, like scrubbing a YouTube video, right? Like you're able to see them. Yeah, you're able to see the stars flitting
Yeah, that's
back
what
and
I'm
forth
getting
into
for.
the same. No.
So, what have you learned so far?
Well, what I've learned is that there is a veil through which I cannot see anything in Teleographer. I've learned that there's a division among the planes that is coming. It's something to do with Larea, though I don't understand it quite yet. Actually, stoops down, picks up the old, his version of the keystone, dusts it off. Saw it go.
Why not just ask her?
This
Right there.
is it's an aspect of her. After all, she is in both this stone and that one. Part of her, anyways, but she is in many places at once. Similar to how a cleric can become an avatar of their own deity in ways, or summon forth one. This is a similar manifestation of Lorea's aspect. We can ask her, but I think it's more of a way of channeling her power into this. There is a fragment of a consciousness, yes, but it's not in the same way that a person in their entirety is comprised within a body. It is a thought of hers. Small, absolutely minuscule in comparison to her full psyche. It is. Not sure I'm explaining this adequately.
She is a goddess. Just pray. Just ask.
Yes. I've had some challenges with that. You see, that's another thing. The severance with this veil over Teliogoth, I've found that, again, we cannot go farther back. The gods are, in this time, at least as far as I can tell, substantially cut off from any soul living within this time. Perhaps in your time, the gods have reconciled themselves, but it seems as though many of us who have been able to pray in the past are unable to do so. Some gods left behind fragments of their aspects, such as in this keystone, as you called it, Nerea. And perhaps in your time, the gods have forgiven the people of this world, of this realm, of the planes, to allow their voices to be heard. It is not so for those of us born within this age.
Thank you for the donation. Time to take a drink, Matt.
Cheers! Slava Ukraine.
Thanks, Blue Pitch.
You're
It's
awesome.
awesome. Good cause. Good cause.
Do the
Svante,
gods,
good God. Whew.
do
do not
gods
know-
follow the same time as us? If I pray to my god now, he must know that I left and came here. Surely he's still with me. He's not a younger version, is he?
Very confused.
That's interesting. You know, we have not tested that. We had believed for the longest time that it was just our souls that were unworthy in the god's eyes of being contacted or being heard. But perhaps your soul is from another age wherein the gods might heed your call. We had tried. Here's the thing: we had tried in traveling into the future to try and pray there as well, and were not heard. So it could be possible that the gods forgot us, that we were severed in some way that has great ramifications. Part of me worries if it is my own doing. This Song of Souls I have here could very well be.
What is the Song of Souls?
I thought I'd told you.
I
The Song
forgot.
of Souls. It's okay. The Song of Souls is what was used to, again, in recent years, up till recently, the way in which souls enter into a body is that they are reincarnated from one life to the next, and that in the moment of death, their soul is taken up and lifted by the Song of Souls, that the god of forgetting, who forgets even their own name and purpose and how to do just about anything, including singing the Song of Souls. Now, the god of forgetting sings it, and it, like the Pied Piper, calls the souls all forth and helps them, cleanses them of all memories of pain, of love, of happiness, and failings, and triumph. All of it gone, that their soul might enter into the next life, freed of such memories. Of course, sometimes, like scrubbing a child in a bath, they miss a spot, and people might have a recollection of a life as a farmer or as a pharaoh. At any rate, I worried that when I had absconded with the Song of Souls and the others I took, that this would have perhaps had a direct line to the severance between ourselves and the gods. And yet at the same time, I know that my efforts were to prevent it from being, well, misused in far graver ways.
You should give them to me
Why should I give them to you?
to protect them, because I won't use them, or lose them, or break them.
You couldn't catch a ball rolling off of a platform.
I didn't need to catch a ball
Hey.
rolling on the platform because I have my own.
It's the instinct I worry about, the lack thereof.
Let's keep the barbs to a minimum, huh?
Okay, so how long have you been here, looking into the future, doing your research?
Within this time, this has been 12 years.
And we are the first people to come in here?
Yes, within 12 years. I mean, we've... Ebianda treats most things. We try to be self-sufficient as best we can, but there are cases where we do need to venture out into the wilderness to hunt a boar or something to that effect. Foraging, something. Typically, though, we're quite well preserved here in our place, so we don't have much need to venture out. You...
Are you sure we're in the past? Is there any chance that you might be mistaken about what time period you're in? It's not my experience that gods forgive. I don't know why any god would disappear and then come back. It seems to me like you've been abandoned.
Could be. It could be that we were forsaken intentionally. Or perhaps there was no other choice. Maybe the gods did so in a way to protect us in some divine pattern we have no way of being able to understand. It's something I don't expect to be able to.
Mine would not. Mine would not abandon. Well, my first one would, my new one wouldn't.
I envy you. I envy that. I hope this is okay. I brought a couple of different kinds. There's a kettle with some boiled water, and you look unhappy.
I don't want boiled water. Is that,
Well,
is
yeah.
that what you do to wake up in the morning? You drink boiled water? Ugh.
Well, we have different
Ouch.
types of tea leaves. My God, she's quite
Oh.
unpleasant, isn't she?
Yes. I forgot tea was a thing. I don't drink it.
Do you know what coffee is?
What?
Coffee
This place
beans.
is awful. This place is awful.
Again, canonically, coffee is the closest thing to coffee is that hop around morning potion from Hegrish Hill. So
Ah.
you guys wouldn't necessarily know what coffee is either, but it's okay.
Do you know what hot brown morning potion is? It's brown. It tastes like earth. It's dirty.
May I have some tea, please?
I will try my best to approximate dirt water for you.
Great.
Thank you.
This like straight out of Hitchhiker's Guide. It's just like, let me get this straight. You want the flavor of boiled tea leaves in water. I had to think about this. All right. So, the Ebianda leaves the platter full of boiled water and, looks like a variety of, nice teas, dried, carefully selected, etc., etc. You are their first guests in a long time, so they aren't quite sure if they've set out the platter well enough.
This is nice. Do you have any of those little cookies? With the jelly in the middle.
Ebianda, do you... She comes back in. Yes? Do you have any of the little cookies?
The jam in the middle. No.
We have a few left, yes.
Can I have them?
Oh my god.
Make a persuasion check.
This woman has no reason to like me at all. That's a 12.
I'll ask Veerstale. She goes, turns and walks away.
They're very kind here.
You'll have to forgive her. She's, for one, not a morning person. You did wake her up in the middle of the night.
Is it night?
Yes.
We just looked at the stars.
Thought it was
I just-
perpetually night here.
No.
That was my assumption.
No, actually, it's interesting. Obviously, the observatory here would not function if it were, uh, you know, flashing back and forth through the daytime. So I have it calibrated so that it cycles perfectly through the night only in terms of the time sequence. Right here, you may have noticed when you were below that the time moved by with sun and night alternating. It's different here. Well, I digress. I don't
want-
know if you're as tired as we are. You're welcome, of course, to stay the evening.
Thank you for your hospitality. I guess. So if we stay the night, we're not gonna be too late to get back to the kid. Is that
No.
is that right?
No. No. Uh, think of it as you have, you are planning to plant a seed, and that seed needs to be planted in the spring. It is currently summer. You have all the time in the world.
Then yes,
Not the best
please.
metaphor. I'm trying to think of it, but sure. You're welcome to head down, and you can meet with Stare or Ebianda. Hopefully, she'll be in a better mood. We have a library, a kitchen, garden that may have some accoutrements and other things. Sure. Just if you have any questions, of course, please ask and warn us if you are trying to venture into somewhere that you possibly should not be, just so that nothing breaks and you do not harm yourself or others.
How do we know? Are the doors locked? Should we just not try and open a locked door?
Well, if you venture into an area and it looks as though it's something that you're not supposed to be in, perhaps you're not supposed to be there.
Honestly, that feels like this entire place, but I will try and respect the boundaries here.
I understand. It must be a bit bewildering.
To say the least.
There is a over there in the cupola. There is a wooden brace. You can use a rope tied to that to climb down.
Is that
Admittedly-
anything my character token is next to?
Yes.
Okay.
Admittedly, it's not the best solution, but we are working with what we have. So,
Fair. So I did have a quick question about, how long you guys have been. We've been here so long, and you have traveled a little bit. Have you ever brought anything from the future back here, or vice
Yes.
versa?
Verisdale had a pet. He's like a small cat. He's quite fond of it, but that's about it. Maybe food here or there, just to try and see. They did experiments with the local fauna to see if it would, if they could. It's actually quite interesting. They went back and forth and trying to see if they could take the best, the best fruit of a given vine and then plant it and see if in the future the same vine would have descendants that were showing certain qualities, and then they would take those descendants back and plant again in succession, and eventually it was this amazing thing. They were able to cultivate wonderful foods that would just sprout from the vine. Remarkable work. I've been too busy here, but again, Ebianda, it's her idea.
You keep saying
I'm
that
curious,
name.
and I open my bag
The-
and I
yeah.
point out one of the good berries that I have taken.
Oh yes, you found them.
Yeah, they're pretty great. They're awesome.
They are good. Oh, you should have seen them when we first started with those. They were bitter as hell.
Mm.
About as bitter as Ebianda has been with.
Yes. We've had quite a day. A long journey. That name
I'm
is
sure.
familiar. Now that I've given it some thought, I think I know that name. How long have you worked with Ebianda?
As I said, well, she's been an understudy of mine, a fellow songkeeper. Oh goodness, a while now. It's probably been about 16 years.
Have you fought alongside her?
We haven't had much calling to fight, but
Would she
I
die
trust
for
her.
your cause?
I believe so, yes.
Would you?
I would do more than die. Do you know the... Well, I suppose I don't need to get into all that just now.
No. Continue.
Make a persuasion check.
Oh, was that in character? You were saying that, or out of character?
No, it was in character.
It is in character. No. Keep going, please. That would be a 4. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Perhaps later. It'd probably sour the mood.
Alright, which one of these teas helps you sleep?
Oh, that would be... try the lavender and chamomile. It's quite
Oh,
good.
okay.
What do you know of her family, Abionda?
Not much. Abionda is... she was a promising rising star in the Academy of Songkeepers. She showed promise. She could sing some of the songs very well. She's bright. Granted, I'm a bit more attuned to her nuances and, her moods, as you are finding them. But she's...
Does it ever
again,
seem like she's of two minds? Two faces?
Draxa, what are you getting at? What have you picked up on that I'm not?
Have you...
We've
are you
met
familiar
her.
with...
Yes, we've met her.
Where have you met her? In the
Where we're
future,
from.
perhaps?
At the Thawala estate. The party.
No, I can't say that I recall.
You had her book, Spine Crusher. You stole it from her and gave it back to her.
Yes. I recall that.
Make a persuasion
I'm
check.
not sure. So, I'm not sure. It could be a coincidence. I'm sure Ebiond is a common name.
Is it?
Is it?
Is
Oh,
I mean, perhaps not in your time, but
Can I do an insight check into what he's saying there? To see if... I'm actually trying to do an insight check into you, Matt, because I'm not sure. God, come... 9.
9.
Really
You don't know enough about this time or that name. This might be your first time hearing it. You're like,
Is it a common name from my time? I guess I'm from a different...
Again, kind of like coming up as a late ascendant just before the fall of Teleorgatha. It's kind of hard even for you to say. Right? So...
Oh, wait, am
Is
I
that-
allowed to use your library?
Certainly.
I haven't read anything other than that one book I own in High Steltion. I guess it's
Sure. It's if you go down, it would be head east.
Okay.
Then take a right, so south, and then just straight that way.
Is Abionda her first name or her last name? Then I'll let this go.
Abionda is her. Let me confirm that 1 second. Do. And I just had it right here. That is her first name. Abionda Tallow. If it's someone else you know by the name of Abionda, then it's unlikely she would have chosen her name and then a different surname. It's a rather horrible way to try and disguise yourself.
I'm not saying
Right.
there's anything wrong with her. I just feel like she persists in our time. That's all.
It's like
That's all.
someone named Billy Jones, then changing their name to Billy Bob. It doesn't make sense. You know, it's just
Oh, she
anyone
wouldn't,
else would be like, "Wait, Billy, what are you doing here?"
she wouldn't change her name to that. She would change it to something cool like Sinistra. You know.
Well, that is actually rather. We're getting behind. Besides the point.
All right.
I have a great deal
Oh my
more. I need to.
every conversation sounds like the most fascinating conversation we've ever had.
Sorry. I'm delighted to see someone other than the same two faces I've seen that can actually talk back to me. So I'm sorry if I'm just going on and on and on and on. Sometimes I lose track.
That can actually talk back to you.
Well, I can scry, of course.
Oh, yes, of course.
But
I thought you were seeing things. I thought you were hallucinating.
well, so to speak, yes. Having visions. Yes. Well,
I'm a little curious. So when you scry into the future and they're speaking a different language.
Song of Tongues.
Yeah, okay, so yeah, you do Song of Tongues as well.
Yeah, it's one of the first ones you learn.
Okay.
For obvious
Yeah, I'd be fucked
reasons.
if I didn't have. If I don't speak any future language.
Really? I mean, it does help to try to learn them outside
I've
of the
been
song.
learning some. But I speak like a 4-year-old. A 4-year-old human.
A 4-year-old sailor, more like it.
But yeah, no, yeah. I mean, have you met some 4-year-olds?
Thank you for the additional donation, Blue Pitch Game. Thank you for taking my advice. This is going to be hilarious.
Salate. Okay. Yes,
Thank you,
I've
Blue
met
Pitch.
4-year-olds.
This is gonna get fun.
Yeah.
Do you know who?
I'll honor that one.
Do you know who Leonor is?
Leonor.
One of the divines? Ring a bell?
Could very well be that, as you know, gods and goddesses may evolve over time in terms of the very name they have. It does sound similar enough to the Rhea.
Holy shit!
Same.
Thank you for the donation, Mark. You're awesome. Down the hatch, Matt.
Woo!
Whoa.
I'm gonna learn so much in that library later.
Oh boy.
You
So
guys
the
rolled so
secret
hard.
about it is that everyone needs to know the thing about the songs is
He's
relation.
You've actually all been dead the whole time.
The
just
songs
say-
of the songs of inebriation.
Yeah, I thought you just said the songs of relation. That is.
Yeah. Thank you.
We had this book, and it was very difficult for me to understand. But it laid out the first ethereal war, which you know as the only ethereal war. And I remember there was divines named Leonor who created the veil.
Do you have this book on your person?
I have it, right? Or
Yes, I think so. I think we got it in that bookshop in.
Heger show
we have
that
probably not
super dope
suspicious
city
guy
that-
that
I think so.
high station. That's probably
Yeah,
not a
yeah.
dragon. No way.
Yeah, no, I have that, the PDF. If you want, I can drop it in the chat. Because that shit
Ooh,
was
yes.
dope.
Yes, please give yourself that book back. Yeah.
Well, I meant so that anybody in the chat who would want to see the super awesome supplemental
Any-
materials that I put together.
Anybody who wants that juicy Songs of Creation lore, jump in the Discord.
There was a divine named Leonor that created the veil between the heavens and the hells. And there was one named something like blah, blah. I want to say Garaforth. I cannot read my notes from 2 years ago. They were the one that tightened the veil. There were 2 pillars. And some adventuring party accidentally, many years in the future, broke both pillars. Who would do such a thing?
So,
But I'm sure it was an accident.
this is. If you would not mind, I would like very much to borrow this. I think I'll probably forego the routine scrying I was planning on doing tonight. I think I could probably learn much more from this.
Sure.
Would you allow me to study this?
Is it gonna ruin the future if we tell you about the future? I don't understand how these things work.
I'm trying to fix the future, so I don't think so.
Good. Very good.
It's up to you. entirely.
I mean,
up to
I'm
you.
from the past who went to the future and now came back to the past, so like, probably would have fucked stuff up with me reading it too.
I think, in my experience, if you're trying to force the future to take a given shape, it will never do it. It's sort of, you need to accept that the future will change according to your actions and try your best to do what seems to be right in the moment, as best you can. Again, you've probably had quite a journey. Assuming that you found this way, but how did you find your way into here? I never heard.
It was on a pirate island.
Oh, no, not the island itself, but I mean, how did you find your way into this temple?
Oh, it meant the weird shit was coming out of it, so we wanted to go kill the weird shit that was coming out of it.
Oh. Huh.
There was a lot of weird shit coming out of it. There was also an owl. Do you turn into an owl sometimes?
Oh yeah, or do any of you have an owl familiar, or...
No, not a familiar. I do. I have been known to take that form when I've tired of looking at the stars through this and like to feel the breeze for myself.
Well,
Look.
you were adorable. And we
And you
followed
laid
you.
out many puzzles for us to solve.
Well, I'll leave you to it. In fact, I think I might, spread my wings later tonight. If you don't mind, I'm going to try to read through this tome for a bit, study what I can, make some notes. Come back to you perhaps in the morning with my findings.
I guess we're not in a rush to get anywhere else.
Yeah.
Sure.
We have all the time in the universe, apparently.
So far as I can tell, yes.
I feel like that can't be true, but okay. Just hitch the rope to this here.
Just right there, hitch the rope. I'm sure you can climb down. You can come back up this way, or if not with the rope, then perhaps Ebianda could help you up again.
That place was weird. No, the rope's fine, thank you.
Very well.
Zara Spinecrusher can carry you, it's fine.
I can go down.
Okay.
Can you climb back up though?
All right, you guys drop down, and that lands you back in that central chamber off to the right. I'm just gonna drag your tokens down.
Ooh, Jack over
Take a breath.
here. Whee!
Yeah. Yeah. It takes you down, down that hole in the center of the upper cupola, down to the main chamber.
So we can just like walk around, look at stuff.
Can we go to the garden? I want to see if we're still connected to our deities, because if we're not, that's a small problem for me and a huge problem for Zara.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Let's go.
I lost my connection to my god weeks ago.
Well, your god was not a real god, no offense.
You're an asshole.
I know. All right, let's go.
But you didn't lose these, so you're doing all right.
Clip it, please. All right. So,
Which direction to the garden? Anyone around here who's listening?
you look around, and right now in the central chamber, it's you three.
I know the way to the library.
Well, maybe the library seems like something where a garden might be kind of nearish. Maybe we go in that direction.
So we
Sure.
have to head east.
Okay,
South.
east and then south.
Yeah.
Can you take me with you, please?
Going this way. Boom, 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 boom.
What do we see?
You see
Oh,
some
thank
grates
you.
on the floor, on the side. You see another fountain. This one, the water itself is not doing the magical thing that you saw outside in the main chamber, where it was kind of floating above and just, sourcelessly infinite and dripping. This one just seems to be a more mundane-looking fountain, as best you can tell. It is directly across from you is the room that Zara had come in. Make a perception check for me.
Yes,
Okay.
please.
Ah, fuck.
That's what
11
we
as
have you here
well.
for.
What? Sorry.
So what did you get?
I
We
didn't
both
roll.
got 11s.
Should I roll?
11s.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, that was a 2 on the dice for me. I ain't seen a shit. I'm like, oh man, it's that fountain I took mysterious water from.
Spine Crusher, from your vantage point at least, with that, it's enough that you can see a hint of some plants up ahead in that one corner.
I see some plants up ahead in that one corner there.
Oh, in that one corner.
Oh yeah, the one. You know the one.
Follow me. I found the garden.
Or the
up here.
dispensary. All right.
And it is a very small garden. But you can see that there is a window that looks to be pointing towards outside. You can see it is just a sheer cliff face with a window carved into the side of it. Fairly steep. But you can see that it's allowing at least enough light coming in to give these great berries, just enough substance, right?
Can I like walk through the garden to the window like without stomping on the plants? Yeah.
You make great
Careful,
wine.
you can, whether or not you do. Okay, make a no.
No.
You,
Oh no.
You have
Dexterity
certainly
check.
tried.
I'm
Dexterity
not used to
check.
this mouse. Okay.
Dexterity check.
It's a new mouse, Matt.
Too late.
I'm just kidding.
Come in.
Okay. 5. Fuck.
Isabel,
Yonda hates
Yep.
you.
all of the great berries in your pouch are now good berries.
Oh, you gotta be fucking serious. God damn it.
Shenanigans through time, everyone.
Sorry.
Butterfly effect.
Should I just make an entire plant family
Yeah.
extinct?
You just like debilitate an entire species of plant.
All this
Well, fuck
genetic
it.
engineering.
I look out the window.
Oh god, I start like scraping up some of the seeds from the.
It's
Fuck me.
it's a pretty view. You can see the coastline, and it looks vaguely familiar, somewhat like the coastline that you saw earlier with, where the cottage once lay. The tidal pool is nothing like that. It actually looks much more. It's instead of being like a hollowed out stretch of low lying sands and soil, you can see it's actually a flat plain that goes off a good bit. So it hasn't even been eroded yet to that point. So, otherwise,
I'm more interested in the implications of the fact that we brought this plant from the future back to the past, and we fucked something up in the past, which is exactly what I was afraid of, and it fucked up the plant in the future that is now here in the past.
Yeah, this time travel shit show brought to you by Blue Page Gaming that keeps making our DM drink. Thank you.
Thank you. Happy St. Patrick's.
No one's donated. Put that down.
I thought you said that. Well,
No, I just meant the first 2 times. Not
I like
just
that you're
now.
saying it in Drex's voice.
Sometimes I can't turn it off once we get going. I don't know. All right, well, if this is what they call the garden, perhaps we can very gently, Spine Crusher, sit down
What?
and just gently. Oh, God, you're squishing all of them. We can gently.
Adraxa just like takes a knee and then gets to like her other knee on the outskirts of these plants and puts her, hands on her lap.
You want to try this with me? I think it'll work better if we work together.
What are we doing?
We're praying.
I don't pray anymore.
Just borrow mine, man.
Borrow your what?
Borrow my god. He's great. You can get new ones. Did you
Look at this. I pull up my coat a little bit and you see this horrible like prison looking tattoo of a giant rat on my back. I'm like,
Oh.
That's not the new guy. That was Gruumsh. You know what he did for me? Nothing. Just fucking abandoned me. I was you. I was hopeless. Oh, the gods have forsaken me. What's the point? But you know what? You can get a new one. You can just trade up. You can borrow mine.
Is your god the type of god that only wants people to believe in him and rewards those? Okay.
That's not a god. That's a man. My god is so humble, I became devout and followed him for several months before I even figured out what his name was.
Very well. I will give it a chance.
All right. There, attaboy.
Okay, I get my keystone out of the pack and I put it down in front of me. And I put one hand on it. And then one hand on, like, the burning handprint on my shoulder. And then just start, like, focus.
I'm gonna see if I can call Brunin for this too. Cause this was his goddess, not mine. But he prayed to her, so I'm just gonna see what happens. You pray to yours and you pray to mine, and we'll see if we can get anybody to talk to us.
Okay.
All right. All right, prayer on 3. Here we go.
I don't have a god. I'll just pretend I do.
His name's Torm. No, pray to Torm.
Torm.
His name is Torm. Torm. No, you're saying it weird. It's Torm. You're saying it weird.
This is how I pray.
I feel like you wouldn't like it. All right, do it your way. All right. All right, Brunin, can you talk to... I miss you. Can you talk to Larry for me? Just... Okay. Hello? Hello?
How's praying going?
Make a religion check with advantage, Adraxa. Disadvantage. Spine crusher.
Okay. Religion. Oh, double 17s. Holy shit. That's a 1 in 4 million chance.
Wow.
Or 1 in... Or was it 1 in 4 million? Anyhow.
That's 13
math.
for me.
Yeah.
13? Okay.
13.
22.
Okay. Well, something about... So here's what I would say is that Adraxa, it's your first time praying with someone going right in your ear. It's very distracting, and you keep on thinking back to... You keep thinking back to Brunin, who would like be plucking on a lute or something. You know, it was kind of nice for being able to help you meditate and get into that calm state of mind. Now is not helping you. Why is it so echoey in here?
His voice is also a little like Brunin's, if I'm being honest. It's weird. Okay.
Yeah. Spine Crusher, you close your eyes and you have a not sort of in the same way of like you enter into that it's a while of, you know, that sort of meditative practice that you've done a lot over the years, and it feels in a strange way at first kind of shameful because so much of that practice was rooted in your devotion to Krustak in the past, and now this is your first time doing something that any one of your order would view as heresy, praying to another god. And yet, having seen what you've seen, it feels like you need to find answers, and knowing that you're not going to get them in the direction that you went before, this feels right. You think back to the vision you had the other day before the fortune teller, being pursued down that hallway. The helpless old man who's suffering. You blame yourself for, rightly so. And you think about yourself, hounded, pursued, chased, down a different sort of hall. A single path, no way out. Your life has been an endless hallway, without doors to run to. Just this vague, shadowy presence, always looming over, always judging. And you have this glimpse as though you're in a dream, from the white noise of the surroundings fading away into this meditative state. You see the hallway, long and endless. You run and run as you always have. And then you stop running. And in your dream state, you get down on your knees for a moment. You stop. And you stand up and turn towards the wall. Hallway stretches on infinitely to your left and right. And you look at the wall. Put a hand on it. You punch it hard as you can. You hit it again. And again. And again. Your hand, you can feel pain. You can imagine it bleeding, splintered, broken. You look at your hand, and it is white to the bone. This white hand. And with that hand, however, doesn't feel raw. It feels strong, strangely. The gauntlet. You hit the stone again. You hit it again. And one more time. Maybe thinking to your own name. Spine Crusher, Spine Crusher. It's not your name. Go Carl Theriandaga. You hear that voice. Your hand hits one more time, and that final strike has this immense force behind it. The wall breaks open in front of you. And instead, you see an open field. The mountain steppe of your homeland. Trackless plain. There's no path. You can move anywhere. You step out of the hallway that was a one-way path. Forwards, backwards, you weren't sure. It didn't matter. For all you knew, the hallway was a circle. A hell made just for you. Torment, suffering, shame, punishment, self-mutilation, self-discipline. Always self-loathing and hatred, and now you've just broken out of that endless hallway to something else. Open sky, sunlight, freedom and free will. You open your eyes. Adraxa is sneering at you, just glaring for you saying "Om" for the last 10 minutes.
What the fuck was that?
I made a choice.
What was your choice?
My choice was free will.
Create our own fate. I kind of like cup him over the head, like, I'm proud of you, man. This is good. I think you're on a good path.
Progress.
It takes a lot of courage to try something new like that. You should be proud of yourself.
I feel good. I feel good.
So you can change, you know? You can give up an old god and take a new one, but now that you have this one, you can't ever stray. I mean, he's your god now, so you can't... You have to stay loyal.
Well, my first experience, he served me well. Thank you, Adraxa.
But now we serve. I mean, you don't... I mean, we serve them. So we can serve, you know, you... Like, my family don't... You know... Anyway,
this
this
sounds
was a
like
really... Yeah, this is a good first step. I'm really proud of you.
it's like the second conversation in getting someone into an MLM. Right.
It's like, you have to buy your own stuff first. Like, you have to buy all your own, like, talismans and stuff. But then once you have your...
Like, I got this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, it's like, there's an upstream. Now you're part of my upstream. And now you recruit someone else.
I don't know how religion works. I'm assuming it's this.
You guys ever watch Metalocalypse? There's just one part where like the bassist is decides he wants to try and find religion. Then he's just sitting there meditating. He doesn't know what god he wants to worship, so he just sits there and he's just going religion. Yeah. Sorry.
That's what Spine Crusher just did.
Best.
Thank you for the donation, Bloopers.
Oh my God.
Nice.
Oh my
Our
gosh.
Our next charity is going to be like the American Liver Foundation because I'm going to need a donation. So.
Society for Cirrhosis Prevention.
Oh God.
It's St. Patty's, but you're not 20 anymore.
All right. Let's
Sarah,
go.
How did yours go? Did you get anything? Is she talking?
Ooh, so I
I wasn't sure. Yeah, was Zara doing her own thing?
So my plan was actually not to do anything, was just to watch them. But I don't know if they noticed that.
I'm making assumptions because I'm bossy. I'm like, yeah, everyone did the thing I said. How was yours? You did my thing?
Oh, I don't exactly talk to my god the same way you guys talk to, or at least you talk to yours, kind of a different.
Do you pray?
Mostly I just commune, like, call her up, like, hey, what's up,
But
Can you do it right now? I mean,
Yeah,
is
through
it
my
working?
death questions. I mean, I could, but it's.
How's your connection?
Am I feeling amply magic? I think I am, right?
See, I've always wondered about this. Are we magic because they gave us gifts, or are we magic because we're channeling them right now?
I think it's a little column A, column B.
Make a religion check.
I mean, no, I'm going to be real pissed if I knock it out of the park on this one.
Or is that too
Good.
me?
7.
7.
Okay.
You don't know.
I
I don't
What
know.
could I do?
Maybe you could read a book. They made books about religion in Orcish, except all the religious books in Orcish are about Gromsh.
Grumps. Yeah, that's the problem.
It's like the blood you shed is your prayer. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So
Okay. Wait, no, it is working though. I mean, obviously I connected to Dorm too. It was a quick chat, not a long, detailed one like yours. But it seems like it's working for both of us. So yeah, they haven't forgotten about us. They won't turn their backs on us. They're just pissed off at these people right now. I don't understand anything that's going on.
The time hopping is a little weird.
It's a little weird.
Still
Thank you for.
bummed about the berries.
I know. Like, they weren't just good berries,
Yeah,
They were great berries.
they were great berries.
we're
And I'm so sad, and I look at my plant with its significantly smaller and less colorful berries. I'm like,
yeah. It's like they were this like vibrant like spiraling lines of like purple and like sort of stripe patterns like a watermelon of like purple
I really
and blue and
this one
now
out at the timeline. It really still didn't save it.
I think
I wasn't thoughtful enough to bring a plant with me. And sure, all the ones in the futures are fucked up, but this one's okay. Maybe. No.
well, I think they actually kind of look better that way.
Do they?
Shut up.
Do they?
Oh,
it's like when you get the bad blueberry in the
just like,
bunch.
shut up.
They're all like they're all like the ugly baby carrots now, It's just like oh.
Yeah.
All right,
This
let's
is gonna be so cool in the feather house, and we're gonna grow a bunch of them and propagate it, and it was gonna be awesome. Okay.
let's take 5.
Let's take
Let's
5.
take 5.
Like, and I'm definitely not using this conversation topic to distract from the real conversation we were having. No, I'm really just bummed about the berries. Like, really bummed.
Thank you, everybody, for being here. We love you so
my
much.
God.
Thank you for donating. You're so generous. I'm so proud of you guys.
Yeah.
You're making a world of difference, really.
Yeah. And we
Thank
love
you.
having you. It's more fun to play when you guys are hanging out. So if you can stick around, we'll be back in 5 minutes.
Just 5, right back, and then
There
you
we
can go kill my liver. All right. All right.
Hey, we're back, and there's something we wanted to tell you guys. Go ahead, Matt.
We love you guys so
We love you
freaking
so
much.
much.
Seriously, we were just saying, like, cool is it that we've got, like, people who are just so damn supportive.
Our
yeah.
game is more fun because you guys are here with us, so thank you for being here.
Seriously. B-Way, Blue Pitch, everybody, Mark, yeah, all you guys. Just really means the world.
It does.
Like, we're just thrilled. I mean, I'm thrilled just to be playing with you guys, but to know that you guys are, here too. Yeah, we love you. Seriously, like it just hearts
And it's
aglow,
not all the donations talking either, because I am sober.
There's so many donations. You guys are just generous. Yeah. Yeah. All right, let's get back to some D&D.
Let's play
The thing we're
D&D.
actually here for. Yeah. So, you guys are currently hanging out in a hallway, like you're in college and you're just too bored to go back in any one of your dorm rooms.
Like normal people.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for indulging in my thing, Zara. We can do your thing now if you want to go steal some books.
Still done, but yep, I'll go. Yeah.
I-
Look
well-
for the library.
Well, I mean, that's the definition of a library, right? You're allowed to steal them.
Yeah, you give it back at the end, but it can be like
Oh.
really far in the future, like thousands of years. It'll be fine as
Oh,
long as you
great.
return them. It's okay.
Okay. Please take me with you.
Oh yes. Follow me.
Wait up! Wait up! As I stomp over the good berries.
Okay.
You're the worst.
How do they work?
They look like, well, some of them look like maybe they might be suitable for birds.
If he
Yeah.
tramples on them one more time, good berries will just cease to exist. Like, they won't be a thing. Druids can't even make them.
Well, they're just this particular wild, like, volunteer, good berries. Anyways, you see a library in a little bit of disorder and disarray. There's some books that are kind of left out, and everything. There's 3 chairs. One looks like kind of like a moving cart. Books on a series of 4 tall shelves. Not the most impressive library. The library in Marheim was more impressive than this, certainly. But it's, considering that it's only the 3 people, it does seem like an abundance of books. And it looks like, wait a minute. Isabel, do you have tea right now?
Ramen. I should.
Okay. Sorry.
She's like,
Way to call her out, dude.
No, it's just like, it's either that or like your laptop is like, on fire.
There's no serious
Just want
problem.
to make sure which one. Okay.
I like this library better than the one in Marheim because it is not on fire because of something we did.
Yet. So,
Yeah, with the way the berries went. Don't fucking touch anything in here. My God.
Wait a minute.
You're gonna like tear one page out of a book and the war ethereal's just gonna come burst into flames before you even get to finish reading it. Like,
This is a nice library. What's
is-
this over here?
it's
that is the cart.
No, this. And he reaches up to this white thing on top of the bookshelf.
That is a book concerning the, more or less a book concerning the different, like, pantheon and some of the gods and goddesses of the time. And it's some personal notes jotted down by kind of like the thoughts of Thrasymachus and Ebianda, and commenting as well, and some following up on research and things. So it looks like it's a collaborative paper they're working on to try and figure out, like, shared research notes on what is the reasoning behind the severance between gods and humanity.
I should probably leave
Their
this
time.
here.
What just happened, Ash? Because you
Oh,
don't make
sorry.
that face unless there's something good.
Thank you for gifting us up, Blue Pitch Gaming. You're the best.
Oh,
Thank you.
Adraxa looks on in horror. at this one very familiar looking red book, of which he has been trying to collect the set. Is this what I think it is?
Make an Arcana check.
But it is what I think it is.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck, I'm gonna use my inspiration that I got from Blue Pitch Gaming today.
Okay.
Oh, it would have been the first roll.
15.
Yeah, it does have a similar cover, rather. This does look indeed to be a Book of Mirashol. Not the one from the, yeah.
Well, we gotta take it, right? I mean, we can't kill him until we destroy all of them, right? I'll ask first if I can borrow it, and then I'll destroy it. I'm just gonna take it first, though, and then ask.
Pick
Okay.
it up. Does anything happen when I pick it up?
You feel a chill come over you. Roll a d100 for me.
Whoa.
Ooh.
My favorite thing in all of
Give me a
D&D
moment.
is rolling on a D100 table and just waiting for
Yeah.
shit to happen.
It's like the least used die. So
Yeah.
What is that, Ajaxa? Do I know? Does Spinecrusher know what it is?
Do you?
Or
Do you know
Oh.
who Mirashal is? You know who Mirashal is because you've been to his realm.
Unfortunately.
yeah,
That's a 34.
A 34 means that... One moment. Do.
Something bad will happen. Oh, what have I done?
No, that's not right. Hold on.
Your shoal is teleported right here, right now.
yeah. End game. Roll initiative.
Fight him.
I can't
Fight him
even
today.
see it. My berries are trash.
Fought him before, I'll fight him again.
So sorry. Looking
What?
something up.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
No, you're good.
It's like
34?
so sorry about this TPK.
Yeah, 34.
Okay. Yeah, you are utterly repulsed by this book, and you drop it. The chill that overtakes you is something it's more than just the heebie-jeebies. It's a feeling of absolute revulsion to where you can't stand to be in this book's presence. Not that you want to destroy it, you just want to be away from it. You have this feeling that this book should not exist. Like that its very being is sort of a perversion of what was meant to have ever been made in creation, and it's something not right about it. You almost feel nauseated by it. It's unsettling.
It's wrong. It shouldn't be
what-
near all
why?
these other books. This whole place is just infected. You have to sense that, right? I mean, you've been to his realm. You know that everything there is wrong.
Do I sense it as well? Do I
Yeah,
get the same?
No.
Pick it up.
You feel like Adraxa is maybe overreacting.
We're just gonna have to destroy this whole library.
No, stop.
No,
We are-
specifically that book is what is bothering you.
Nope, I said it.
All right, then find the whole library.
Oh my god. This is why we can't have nice things.
So,
You guys ever let me be in charge?
a few moments later, there's a knock at the door. You see the pale elven fellow from earlier. Fairstale. Oh, I thought I heard someone coming in here. Are you all well?
We're getting by.
I meant to ask you something I was wondering about.
Aye.
It's just a thought. How did you manage to get, when we came out, you were in the hallway just out there. How did you manage to get there in the first place?
Oh,
We
you mean
just-
like how I unlocked the door, or?
Yeah, what did you do? Like what did you do to get there? Because like those doors, you should not be able to open them from the one side, but you were over this side and the door was open. So
Oh yeah. So
I
that
just
that
have, sorry, I just want to make sure the place is safe. You know?
so luckily the only way you can exploit what I exploited is if you can hop through time. So if you can't do that, you should be fine.
Okay, but just the same, like, so what did you do to be able to get here using time? Like,
So okay, this is fun because this is I love these things. So you know you've gone to the future, right, using the
right,
door.
right, right, right.
Right, you know how in the future everything's all jacked up and like eroded and everything's caved in?
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you hop through to the future, right, the water has eroded through the walls.
But no, no, no. We've gone through there. Did you touch that scale outside?
Hmm.
No, no, you're fine. It's just that we don't usually we leave it. We set it right.
I mean, we may have.
Yeah,
What?
we did. But then we
I
put
don't
it
know.
back.
No.
Done.
Yeah, no, no. It's just
What do you mean you said it right?
no. Every night we always. I mean, like if there was ever something like that out of place, we would probably fix it. Right away.
I
So
think
it just seems like we would
Oh,
have noticed that. So how did you get all the way to the future without
Hey,
us noticing it?
I have another question. So, right, have you been the person that was working on the good berries, the great berries?
No, that was Abiondo was working on it.
Okay, so now I'm more concerned, not because of the dots I'm putting together. I think something bad's. So you fix this every night. You fix the scales every night.
Well, no, I mean, the scales don't usually get touched, but like, I mean, if we saw something out of place, we would probably, fix it. So like, that's the only thing I was thrown off by.
Then it seems like there was a day
And
that
No, it's happening soon. We can't sleep. Something bad's gonna happen.
Why?
do
What are you talking about? What the hell are you guys talking about?
Check the scales every night, and we fucked up the scales, and they didn't check it to fix it. I'm
we
sure
need
it's
something.
the great berries.
Did anything follow you here?
Trampling that. Oh fuck. Right, we trampled the berries, but that's not a big deal. Right? They could just replant the seeds, but they didn't. You guys didn't replant the seeds, and now the berries are fucked.
I've got to find the Simicus.
It's bad. Yep, nope, bad. Code red.
All right. So he kind of runs off down the hall and begins just like, you just hear like this clamor of him climbing up the rope and everything. Okay.
What is going on? I don't understand. Also, I don't understand.
Oh, so no, I'm putting. So they're at least what I think is happening is so right. They did the genetic engineering with the berries, and like yeah, sure we trampled them, but they would have just replanted them, and the berries would have been fine, right? Like that their seeds are still there. But if the berries in the future are fucked up, that's implying that the trampled berries never got replanted. If the scale was off kilter for long enough in the future to erode a whole wall, no one checked them at night to make sure they were leveled.
So where were they when they should have been checking them? Were they still alive?
That's what I'm worried about.
Before anything happens, can someone please pick up that book because we need to destroy it? And I can't. I
I'll pick
can't.
it up. Wait, or will I pick it up with does Zara have mage hand? No. Alright, whatever. I'll just could I maybe I'll vibe check it first? Well, I guess we already know the vibes are gonna be
It's
atrocious.
bad. The vibe is bad.
Let's do a cheeky little detect magic.
It's fucked up.
Yeah, also this whole room's probably gonna glow, so that'll be cool. Let's go.
Here you go.
Yeah,
Grab
you
it all.
detect
Pocket.
detect strong illusion magic coming from that book
Oh.
specifically. You also
And I
detect
detect-
magic from another book.
Okay, wait, but I've
Um,
detected magic on Mirachel's books before.
What's that?
I've cast detect magic on books of Mirachel before.
Yeah, you have.
Yes.
Is this different than the
This
other one?
one is emitting a strong illusion magic.
And none of the other ones did.
No, the other ones were kind of books. So this one is particularly
Well, it's
different,
weird.
charmed in some way.
Cool. Why don't we and I'm like looking around for like a stick to like poke it into a bag with. Why don't we not touch it?
Spinecrusher, give her your hammer.
Okay. And yeah, Spinecrusher pulls out his hammer, hands the long handle of the long side, the handle to you.
All right. So I'm holding it by the hammer side, and I'm pushing it with
Yeah.
the. This is like super awkward. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you try to push the book into a bag, okay.
all right. And what's that other thing that's magical?
So you actually detect two things that are magical. One, that stick you picked up the other day.
Oh yeah, my I think what do I call it?
Your
Cool
your
stick.
cool
from
stick
the
that you found. Yeah, you were detecting dunamancy from that. Yes, I know.
Detecting
I'm
what?
doing it.
Oh, I don't know what it is.
In character, you don't, but out of character, you're doing cartwheels right now.
In character, do I know what dunamancy is?
Make an Arcana check.
Caleb
6.
knows what dunamancy is.
Not sure.
Oh, fuck. Whoa, this thing's whack though.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
cool glowy thing. You haven't seen something light up that color when casting this spell before. Yeah.
I just
And
touched
that-
it with my hands. Love that.
Yeah. You also notice that one of the other books is glowing. This vibrant white. It's beautiful. It almost looks. It's radiant. You're not quite sure what school it is. Almost like it's maybe a variety or something. It's just.
I'll touch that one. Why not?
You open it up, and
Well,
you
I
see.
pick it up. Yeah.
You,
I
you
pick it up
pick it up.
first to see if it's got title or
It's,
anything.
yeah, no effect immediately hitting you. It's like the pages themselves that are glowing.
All right. Let's crack it open.
So you open it up, and you are almost blinded for a moment, looking at it. To where like it's sort of like staring at a light, and then like blinking your eyes, and you're still seeing the afterglow. It's very hard to see anything in the room for the next minute or so. But in that glimpse of it, you see what looks to be symbols, maybe akin to representation of music. And you see just a variety of colors, each of them kind of aligning with the different schools of magic. But it's beautiful, certainly. The colors shift and fade and meld into each other, so it seems as though the songs written here are shifting in terms of what they do. The others who are not using detect magic can probably see it in a little bit more of a mundane light, so it's not quite so blinding in terms of the effect. Zara's currently holding the lost songs. Most notably, the one that you see, Zara. Well, you wouldn't be able to read it. No, you guys can't read it, so tough shit.
I'm the only one blind.
Wait, why can't Sarah read it?
Because she has detect magic going on, and the magic that's emanating off of the lost songs is so intense that it's like staring into a light bulb.
Well, she can drop it if she wants to.
Yeah, I'll drop it.
Fuck's sakes!
We
All
got
right,
shit from this.
Give us all the lore. Don't hold back, old man.
fine.
Damn it.
So, specifically, the song you see first is listed as "Song of the Dragon Soul."
That's dope as shit. I want that one.
You see, it looks different from the other songs that are listed. This one kind of has, in red ink, a warning listed.
Thanks for
In
the
high.
sub.
Thank you.
Thank you. Holy shit.
Sorry for interrupting. More lore.
Um,
Go.
You see a warning written in presumably Thrasymachus's hand, based on what you saw earlier in the other book, right? The warning itself states that singing the song of the Dragon Soul will render the soul of the singer immutable from thenceforward. What it does as best as you can tell, make an intelligence check to try and see if you can understand in kind of like the language that he's using, which is more academic and technical.
Can I guide myself?
Yeah, probably should.
See if you know what the word immutable means. I don't.
Intelligence check?
Yeah.
Come on, don't fuck this up. Okay, alright. 14 plus a d4. 17!
Okay, good. So you're kind of able to read the gist of it, and it's like reading, like a academic, like a white paper or like a dissertation or something. It's definitely a lot
I'm
to
reading a
read through.
dissertation that's not in my major.
And you're like, what? I think it is. But you're able to make sense of it pretty well. What you can gather is that the Song of the Dragon Soul transforms one's body into that of a dragon permanently. They become a dragon. But what's more is that it binds their soul in order to do it. They live more or less eternally. They will never die of old age. But the cost of doing so is great. It is that they are severed from the wheel of reincarnation. They can never be born again as another being. When they die, they are ended. You think about this, and you know of at least one other who has sang this song. The cost that would have taken. So, it is kind of like in the they use more academic language, of course, in the final line, but sort of gives you the gist of him kind of like writing a note to himself almost, saying this is to be a last resort. So, terrifying, but also necessary and powerful in the most dire circumstances.
Okay, so we got the lost songs. We're gonna dragon ride as a Pern this shit back to the future. It's gonna be fine.
What could go wrong?
What could go wrong? I'm so beyond. We fucked up time so much. I'm just
Nothing's
gotta hope it'll be fine.
nothing's fucked up yet. There's always a chance that whatever has happened was always fated to happen.
Yeah, but fate is still a choice we make.
Yeah. I have to believe I'm
Anything
being
else
guided
you
on
wanna
the right path, though. I trust you. Obviously, I would die for you, but, can I hang on to those?
All of them?
Yes. I'm just saying, like,
What's the Drax's track record with losing stuff? Because mine's excellent.
I never lost the Feather House. I never lost the Keystone. And also, I'm just saying, like, in a fight, I'm the least likely to die out of the two of us.
Hey.
I'm sorry, I'm the least likely to die out of the three of us.
Are you though?
I am.
At least based on your fortune telling.
I'm literally too angry to die, so...
Alright, fair enough.
Okay, thank you. I do trust you, and obviously if I do die before
I'm
you...
assuming holding this will paint a target on your back, and I'm the only person that can undead people, so it's...
Yeah.
So,
And if something happens to me, obviously I want you and not Spinecrusher to carry it.
Yeah.
That we're all clear on that.
Here, yeah.
Alright, great.
Crystal.
Put it in
you
my
hear a clamor and, kind of like words of concern from outside. And soon enough, you see Thersimachus and Terstel open the door. Thersimachus looks at you with this kind of harrowed expression on his face.
Did we fuck
Oh.
up the time?
No, not you. I always took it for granted that there would be more time. If what you say is true, then I'm afraid there's likely not going to be. Watch. We know that there's something coming. We know that we don't have much time. We know that we are in danger in some way. Something with the ability to travel
least
back into
this
the past
location
is
is.
coming. We are compromised here, something we did not think possible. You are certain you were not followed.
There was an owl.
I wasn't.
But the location we were going to is not a secret. People knew where we went. They didn't know. We didn't even know why we went here. But
What worries me is this: the owl. Anyone who comes here could maybe know if I turned into an owl from time to time that I can do it and have. Is it possible then that the owl could have been someone else masquerading as me in the future? If I'm dead and gone, but they wanted to lure you here.
and whoever the owl was knew how to solve the puzzles. Kind of gave us really subtle hints at how to solve them.
Why would someone want to lure us here? What do we have that you don't?
Well, we had the keystone. We had the way to activate the gate.
They have a keystone.
How do we know they have a keystone?
He has a keystone.
You
Oh, from the out. Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh.
What do you look like as an owl?
Oh yeah, that's a great question.
When you become an owl, what do you look like?
He casts a spell and everything, kind of like pulls a hand over his face, and as he does, his cloak and clothes sort of like twists around this, twirl of smoke and, this purplish glittering cloud that then soon enough reveals itself to be a small owl, similar to the one that you saw in the caves. For all you could remember, it's probably identical. It's hard to tell. Maybe it is him in the future, but you're not sure what to make of it. So you have no reason to suspect that it wasn't him. And as the owl looks at you, it's kind of like unsettled, nervous, back and forth.
This is the thing about your test. To get in here, we didn't all have to be standing together. We all traveled through time together no matter what part of this area we were in. So if someone wanted to be hiding in a little nook or cranny, they could have. We wouldn't have seen it.
They could be hiding here still. We need to search the place. Quickly. Quickly.
Let's go.
I know everything I said before about finding places that you shouldn't be. Forget it. We're going to search everywhere. Quickly now.
Oh.
Always split the party.
Always split the party.
My
Okay.
axe comes off my back. Let's go.
I grab my hammer back from Zara.
Oh, yeah.
And my hammer.
And my axe!
Okay. Perception check.
My tail sword.
Okay.
Wait, who's got the Mirashal book bag? Who picked that up?
That was me. You don't want to touch it. And not to be like I don't trust Minecrasher, but
I just wanted to make it clear that it's not just on a bag on the floor, like we took it with us.
Yes, you have the Book of Mirashol. You have the songs, the lost songs, with
Yeah.
you.
I mean, it's not like
Okay.
it's any safer in this library if it's compromised. Try not to die.
12 in my perception.
Okay. 12. You see two doors directly ahead of you. You see one. I'll draw it on the map. One here.
Mm.
You see another door that you hadn't noticed before because of the angle and everything. You see a small door here.
Ah. Guys, there's 2 doors up here. Spinecrusher runs up and he's about to kick in the first door. He's like ready to
The
go.
little door?
Adraxo, go to the second one. Can we get some, like, combat music, Mike?
Yes.
Not that we're gonna have to
A
fight
bit
anything,
more-
but I just, like,
No,
let's
no,
get
no.
that heart rate up.
No, let's get me in the mood for combat.
Okay, great.
Eh,
Just
That's my
also-
secret. I'm
just
always
in
horny
case.
for combat.
It's just because I've witnessed enough civilizations and libraries being burned, and information being lost. I'm gonna let them run up ahead, and I'm gonna grab maybe 3 or 4 more books that just look really cool. What?
Subtle.
Was that a
All
little
right.
much?
Subtle. Smooth. I didn't even notice the
It
transition.
sounded like
Cranked down too much.
it sounded like like Lurch from the Addams Family had a heart attack and fell onto the keyboard. You know. All right. Ah, man. By the way, I love you guys. All right.
We love you too. Jesus Christ.
Sorry.
No, it's perfect. It's good. I just gotta drop the volume on the stream a bit. It's good.
There we go.
Oh my God.
I turned it down.
For everyone who's now deaf on our stream, we love you.
We just lost 3 followers.
Sorry, 1 second.
We will be hearing from their lawyers for their long-term hearing damage.
But they won't.
So, anyways, what happens? Something happens. This is way too intense.
No, it's not. Let's do
Right,
it.
fine.
I want to fucking kick in some doors. You want to go?
All right. Where are you going? What are you doing?
I'm going to the second door.
I kick in the first door.
Okay.
On 3.
It's probably just unlocked. It's probably not even closed all the
It's
way.
just a coat closet.
Ready?
Yeah.
Set. Go. All right.
Oh,
All right.
Oh shit! I knocked everything off the walls.
Yeah, a bunch of musical instruments, lutes, dulcimers, bagpipes, a violin, a set of drums, all clattered to the ground, making quite a ruckus. Adraxa, you see what looks to be the living chambers for most of the people who are here. You see where, there's a bed, there's a kitchen, and a fireplace, bathtub, grain, scullery with a bunch of dishes. Nothing out of the ordinary. You can make an investigation check, both of you.
I can and I will. I'm gonna match my energy to this music.
Zara, what are you doing in the meantime?
I've seen enough libraries burn down and civilizations fall. I'm gonna grab the 5 coolest looking books, throw them in my backpack, and then head outside.
Investigation check, quick. Library check, go!
Library. 13 for
I had a
13
10.
for me to search my room.
That's a 19.
Hell yeah.
Okay. You grab the 5 most interesting looking books and go.
All right.
Give me time to actually figure out what those will be, and I will
What are
get
their
back to you.
titles and their authors?
God
What
knows
is the cover
I'm
art?
fine.
I'm sorry, I didn't have 5 books written already. I'm so sorry. I'm a bad DM. All right.
You don't need to write the books, just a quick synopsis.
You have any idea how hard
Things.
All right.
Come over and it's like in the story.
Mike and Drax and Spinecrusher. What
13.
were your 13? Mike or
10.
Spinecrusher 10.
10.
Spinecrusher, you see musical instruments on the floor. Adraxa, you look around and see living quarters. It looks fairly straightforward. There is a blade that looks to be set upon the mantle place that looks nice, but you don't have to do anything. It's up to you. Anyways, you can always leave it there. Not really yours. And what would Torm think? So,
God damn it! I
Yes.
liked being a murder hobo. D&D was fun when we just burned shit down.
yep, but you really want to be able to use certain thingies that require certain alignments. So,
I hate
up to
being
you.
awful good. I'm just gonna say it. I hate it.
It's cool. I still have a
Alright.
very suspicious god. We're good.
So,
There's a sword in here if you wanna. If anyone wants to go look at it.
turning a blind eye, you are not your brother's keeper. As
not.
you go and, yeah.
And then I do like a suicide sprint. I 180 back and start sprinting down the hallway.
All right, where to? Drag your token, man. I don't know where you guys go.
Well, I don't know yet either. I'm gonna quick pop my head in here. Ha!
Kick this door in even though it's not locked
Oh,
either.
there's a lot of cool shit in here. You see a storeroom complete with boxes. You see a barrel full of nothing because the arrows were taken, right? Weren't they? Yeah.
Yeah, I got him.
Okay. You see,
27 of them.
yeah, you see some chests. What looks like looks like it would be a cask full of ale, but you're not quite sure what the hell they're keeping in there. You
Corpses.
hear that harp playing. You see a set of charts and maps laid out, excluding the one that was taken from Zara, or taken by Zara. Yeah. Overall, you see a stock room. It looks like
Is there any place for someone to hide in here?
could be. Yeah. Make an investigation check.
I can and I will. 15.
Spinecrusher, you in the room too?
Yeah, I came running behind Adraxa, like after she kicked
Yeah,
in the
so-
door, and like I try to like kick in the other door, but it's already kicked in.
All right. Assist assistant coach Spine Crusher. You can roll as well, or Drax can roll with advantage. Up to you. Quick.
I got a 15.
We're doing perception.
Yep.
14.
Investigation.
Investigation.
Or
Investigation.
Investigation.
that's the one we're bad at.
14.
14.
Yeah.
Okay. Looking around, there's some crates nearby. Someone could be hiding in there, or behind one of the barrels.
The crates, bust them open. Let's look.
I'll take the barrel. You take the crates. Go. Crate and barrel. Oh, these furnishings are nice. Hooah.
Start smashing things.
Okay. They break quite easily. I'm not going to make you roll for attacks or damage or strength checks or whatever, because they're boxes. They're not putting up a fight. They break. Zara, what are you doing?
I'm gonna cast Detect Magic again.
Okay. You cast it. The book from Mirashol, the songs, and your stick, your cool stick, are glowing.
And I'm gonna peel out of here with my movement.
Okay.
Like, max. And Detect
Okay.
Magic is up, so.
Nothing.
Alright.
Okay, so did we kill the guy that was hiding in the crates and barrels? You didn't say.
No, there was no one hiding in the crates and barrels. You now see a bunch of provisions, grain, medical supplies, things of that nature that are just kind of stored there. Yeah.
Too many cabbages. Come on, let's go.
Let me book it this way.
I like slap the water fountain as I run by it.
I check the grates. I look down in the grates. Anything in the grates? Are these grates great?
I'm sorry. Say one more time.
Spy Crusher, is your grate great? What's in the grate?
How's my grate look?
Are they great?
Matt's lost.
grates?
We're looking down the grates outside by the
Gotcha. Sorry. I think
It's
you were saying crates, and I was like, you
No, they're
looked at the
grates.
broken crates. The grates. You're staring down the grates.
Is there anyone hiding in there? Or do they look great?
No.
If you're hiding in there, you have to
Make
tell
a-
us.
You legally have to tell us.
Make a persuasion check.
No, I want to make an intimidation check. You
All right,
come
here's-
out right here, or I fucking kill you when I find you. Get out of here.
Threaten to piss in the grate.
What she said.
It's a 17.
Your voice echoes down the sewers, which leads you to think that, yeah, you probably saved the future. Okay, probably worried about nothing. Are those good berries, great berries yet, or what? Nope, probably not.
No, we didn't find him. Come on, let's go.
All right.
Start running.
Yeah, Zara, you continue running as well.
Yep.
So,
Breaking back
Nothing
into
yet.
the
all right, yeah, you guys have officially checked the east wing. Nothing. It's clear as best you can tell. Going into the main chamber.
We gotta split up.
Every statue looks ominous. The chamber to the north remains locked. There is the way out, which doesn't seem likely, or maybe you could just fortify it. In fact, you actually see Terstel is currently double checking and setting the bar, making sure that the way in through there is thoroughly locked.
Syrinscape, this door is still locked. You must unlock it if you want me to check it. Syrinscape, are you out there?
It's me, Spine Crusher.
No response. All right. Can I try to break this door down with
You
all
can
my strength?
You can certainly try, yeah.
Okay. So strength check.
Not. That's
God,
mean of
rolling
you to let him roll
terribly
for it.
tonight.
You know it is.
8.
No. It worked in your dream vision, but not in the real world where your hand now hurts.
South. Let's go south.
Throw myself at this door.
Or you go up that way, and then Terstel, the elven fellow, is like, no! What are you doing? No, we're trying. I had to make sure that no one can come in this way.
Oh, this is the way out?
Yeah, I'm gonna stand at the ready, just in case.
Oh, I knew that. I thought this was another. I don't know my way around here.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, this is just the way out.
Keep up the good
Make
work.
sure nothing comes in. Thank you.
I thump him on the back.
Ow. Okay.
Constant vigilance. Here we go. I climb the rope.
Okay. You find yourself
Going
upstairs.
back up.
One of us needs to check the magic stone.
I'll do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not because I can't climb the rope, but because I understand magic.
Obviously. She can't climb that rope. She has no upper body strength.
Okay.
You can't climb ropes.
She can't.
What's wrong with you?
You see Ebionda. She's holding a platter of what looks like hot dirt water.
Oh god.
What's going on? What's happening? I don't understand.
I think there might be an intruder.
What? No. This place, other than yourselves, I thought you were the intruders, and then were you followed?
Maybe.
We don't know.
Let's go. Okay.
We got in by messing with the scales. Why didn't you fix the scales? Why didn't you fix the scales? Because something stopped you.
Oh my god. Where's Thrasymachus?
Guarding the front door.
No, that's Tyristel. Sorry,
Right.
that's Tyristel. Sorry.
Right.
I don't know.
I don't
asked
know.
Okay.
I called out to Vicinicus. I didn't get an answer.
We need to find him quickly. Come with me. She leads you towards the observatory where there is a stairwell. Okay.
Stairs?
Yeah, the little, just above the telescope, you can see there's like a little spiral thingy right about here.
There.
Yeah.
Dope music. Thank you, Syrinscape. I want to break all the furniture in my office. This is good.
All right, so you head down those stairs.
Sure.
All right.
Okay. We're going. Where's Zara? Is Zara with us?
Zara's checking on the magic crystal.
You
She's
guys
gotta
are-
do that.
Much farther north on the map now, as you come down following her, Ebionda. Down the spiral staircase here. Zara, what are you doing?
So as I pass through this room, other than I'm assuming the thing that holds the keystone is full of magic. Anything else seeing with magic while I run through this main room?
No, not in the main room.
All right, I'm heading towards the crystal.
Okay.
I'll do a quick. Just because Vine Crusher and Drax look down the grates. I also kind of want to look down the grates.
Yeah, you check the grates.
Yep.
Perception check.
28.
Oh,
Okay.
shit.
Yeah. With a 28, you see a rat that is terrified out of its fucking mind after just being told, you have to tell us if you're down there!
Is that what my
It
accent
is-
sounds like?
Scurrying for its life. Like, what the fuck? I'm just a rat, God!
I know it is, in fact, just a rat.
Yeah, it is just a rat. Scurrying for its life away from the voice that was just on the other side of the sword tunnel.
That's what they said about Peter Pettigrew.
Alright, and then I'll make my way over to the crystal.
Make him away? Alright.
Make my way.
Yeah, you open this and again another blinding light
Oh,
comes up.
fuck me.
Thanks, the weekend. So you see, yeah, it is an intense experience going into this room with detect magic up. Beautiful and glowing, just as it was before, but now with. It's not just that the crystal itself is glowing, but you see these wisps coming off of it and rings and arcs, sort of like seeing coronas that burst out of the sun and then are pulled back by the magnetic fields and the gravity of it just arcing off. Whatever this crystal is an absolutely intense form of magic, pure in and of itself, concentrated into this singular, manifestation. It is intensely beautiful, whatever it is. You don't quite understand it, and again, it is a white light comprised of all the schools of magic oscillating back and forth in different intensities. Occasional streaks of light that others would not have seen, but show up as a bolt of lightning in your view. It's like a Tesla coil firing across this room. forming those same white streaks that you had seen earlier without the aid of detect magic. You also see to the north what looks like the wall itself around, like an arcane illusory wall. So you detect illusion magic in the shape of a door.
All right, let's head over there.
Okay.
Halfway blind.
We shouldn't have left Sarah alone. Jaxa.
She can handle herself.
You press your hand and feel it go through.
Ooh.
You see on the other side just a small chamber, what looks to be almost a set of burning coals. It doesn't make sense.
All right, I due to my infernal ancestry, I just kind of push them off to the side. What are they covering? Anything? Just a pile of coals?
I think it just looks like a pile of coals without explanation. You're not quite sure what the hell. What?
Even digging in there a bit? Still just coals all the way down?
You reach the bottom of what looks like stone. Almost like this is a forge, maybe?
Huh.
You're not quite sure.
Kind of put them back in.
Back inside, the sigil you see that was lit up before flickers into being. And then out again. Strange. You see for a moment the streaks of lightning that kind of carve across the room with the detect magic up. Streak left and then back right. And it seems almost as though the strange galaxy-like swirl of light going around this room, this, nebulous ether surrounding you. He's going back and forth strangely in a way that you can't quite make sense of. You feel like you're going mad. It's hard to make sense of, sure. But you can feel certainly that something is going on. So, Adraxa, Spine Crusher. You come down the stairs, Ebiano leading you. She walks over and opens what looks to be... She presses a panel and it slides away, revealing another chamber. There, inside, you can see what looks to be a... kind of an idol, a seated figure. Looks like blue stone and before it, great flame. Immolating, just endless, eternal flame in this brazier.
What is this?
This is where Thrasymachus was trying to commune. He tried so hard to reach out to the gods.
Where is he now?
I don't know. I thought he would be here. He's not here. God. Oh God, so we're late. We're too late.
Is there any way out of this room besides the way we just came in?
You see another door. She opens it, and you can see a narrow hallway.
I'm having second thoughts about the man you know to be Thrasymachus.
No.
Something doesn't seem right.
No, he wouldn't. He wouldn't. Where's your friend? You trust your friend, the one that's not with us right now.
Yes.
With our lives.
Persuasion checks, both of you.
How about you roll persuasion to convince us?
Fair enough.
23.
6.
You don't have to roll. You're the DM.
Yeah, you say with our lives, kind of, not really.
Yeah.
But Adrax's conviction is enough that... Alright then.
How about we all agree to just trust each other until we find there's a betrayer? But in the meantime, it seems like everything is at stake, so let's work together.
Okay. You're led...
What was that dice
do
roll?
you,
What the
or
fuck
do you
was
follow... Nothing, don't worry about it.
I hear that in my dreams.
Do you follow, or you go down the hallway?
How big is the hallway?
Narrow. It's like almost like touching your shoulders as you walk by sideways, so you have to almost slant to feel comfy.
I'll go first.
All right, I got your back. Always.
Instead of kicking in this door, I just give like a really like gentle knock and give it a listen.
Okay. You listen in. Make a perception check for me.
On one good roll tonight, 5.
Oh my god.
5.
Been rolling terribly.
You should have worn green. You would have had
I
inspiration.
know.
You
I
can't
saw
quite hear.
inspiration.
It's a thick door. Or maybe it's just like between Adrax's breathing right behind you. Growling. It's kind of hard to... Yeah.
Thank you for the donation, Bloopers Gaming. Sean,
I
Weird.
like, do you want to give it a listen to tracks? And I try to like switch with you, but it's like so tight. I have to. It's
I
like
think we're
on
just
an
stuck.
airplane.
Oh god, we're just
Like-
stuck now. Suck it in. Suck it in. God. Okay. Okay. Ah,
Okay.
you need to lose weight.
All right.
I'm gonna
You
have a
open the
listen.
door or no? Or
No,
you
I'm
get...
gonna-
Okay, you have
I'm
a
having a
listen.
listen.
So, all right. Switch kind of places.
go. There we
It's
go.
awkward.
This is 17. What do I hear?
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I'll open the door.
Okay. You see, two things. You see Thrasymachus on his knees, facing north.
Uh-oh.
Across from him, you see the very same devil that had met with Zara. I'm sorry, not with Zara, with Reggie.
I'm sorry, what now?
Sorry, different tiefling. Y'all look alike. Sorry. You see the same devil that had met with Reggie in the scrying vision of the present. She's currently grinning, holding the keystone in her hand.
how?
Well, thank you so very much.
Nope.
That will be all. From the other, from behind the door to the south, the immovable rod door, you hear a scream. Sounds like from Tyrstill. You see, hear shouts, clangs of metal. Shouts. They're in! They've broken through! Ah! Ah!
I want to try and grapple the demon.
And I'm gonna go
She's-
check on.
As you come through, she sees you. She starts backing up. Doesn't even open the door behind her, but phases through it.
What the fuck?
I run at the door and try to also phase through it. Full speed.
Oh god.
What happens?
Okay. Make a strength check.
I hope it's a nat
Fine.
20 and you phase right through it. Just
And it was almost not 20.
That's a 12.
Okay. You hit the door and it hits hard against you. Really, they don't make doors like this
bang on it.
anymore.
Get back here! That doesn't belong to you!
You look, turn, and or Spinecrusher, you see Thrasymachus has a blade in his chest.
I run up to him, and is he like crumpled on the ground, or he's kneeling
No,
there?
he's on his knees.
What?
Take
I
it
run
out.
up to him.
Take it out.
And I go, "You fool! What have you done?" I pull the
Too late.
blade out, and I put a bandage cloth on it right away. Try to stem the bleeding.
Help me up. Help me up.
Right.
Now.
Here.
It's not much time. Out of the way, you fool. Presses you out of the way.
Okay, you're welcome.
You, out of the way. Presses you aside, Adraxa. Opens the door. As he does, he begins singing And you can see he's in pain. He opens up the door to a narrow hallway, leading out to a wide, expansive open plain. There, the demon is running, laughing. You see him kind of limping after, staggering from the blood, the wound festering. He looks dizzied, falls down for a moment, grabs a nearby tree branch from this open jungle-like field, pulls himself up, and begins finishing the song. Similar to how you saw him erupt into a cloud and Al's wings unfurling, you see his neck crack and then elongate. From his back sprouts out 2 black wings.
What have you done?
Persinicus or the devil bean?
Thersinicus. He turns around. I thought there'd be more time.
This
And roars as his body erupts into this enormous, massive form of a dragon. Running on all fours, sprinting after. The demon turns, draws her sword. She has no chance to stop him. A swipe buries into her. She goes flying far across the jungle, dropping the keystone.
Whoa.
Scrambles up to her feet. From behind, shouts. So, Zara, you hear something distant. Couldn't be sure. Over the sound of the crystal in the room beneath you. It's hard to tell what's going on.
Did I hear? I've forgotten his name because it sounds like a medication I use at work. What is the name? It's not Tealizol.
Cheristel.
Tealizol, thank you.
It's okay.
Do I hear him shout? Because he's
You
in
heard
the main...
something. It would sound muffled or low compared to, like almost like being in like the same room as like a generator going off. Like it's very hard to hear someone talking or shouting even from a distant room. So there was certainly something though, even as loud as it is, you could hear something.
Well, I'll pass the giant crystal again, kind of not looking directly at it because I don't want to go blind, but heading back to the main room.
Okay.
So, this past the grates with the rat.
Okay.
And
So, you run in, and entering that room, you can see to the south a number of devils are currently stabbing down at the corpse of Tierstel.
Oh, fuck.
Oh no.
One of them turns. Actually, make a stealth check to see if one of them turns. A lot hinging on just this moment, we'll see.
18.
Okay, they don't turn.
Is he like dead, right?
He's fucking dead. Yeah.
That's a clinical term.
Is this door still shut?
To the north? Yes. You kind of go back up, press against it.
Okay,
It's still
okay.
shut.
Ooh, this is a bad situation.
Yeah. Perception check, a Draxa or Spine Crusher.
Yes, please. Do I get an action?
11.
11.
14.
With a 14, you can tell that someone is there you can tell that something's at the door to the south. Not striking it, but against it.
I want to go sprinting after the keystone.
Okay. You go running towards the keystone. The devil that sees you running towards it, goes toward, sees you running, starts running towards it as well. She's a bit closer. Make a dex check.
I'm going to use my inspiration for wearing green tonight. 14.
18. She gets to it first. The dragon.
Just give it to me.
She raises her hand, and in that moment, the keystone lights up. A pulse emanates out. Spine Crusher. You are in the room with Ebionda, and for a moment you're just sitting there with her, standing there with her in shock of what just happened. She's still looking at the pool of blood on the floor, shocked. And that's when you notice the walls starting to cave in.
Oh no.
Dexterity save, quick.
Finally. 20, 30.
Yeah, okay. You grab her. You're able to.
Oh.
You start running north out of the temple. Okay, Zara.
I realize I left Zara behind and run back in.
Okay, make another dex check. Yeah, you're able to
a dex save or dex check?
check.
Check. So still dirty 20.
No fucking way. All right.
One.
Yeah. So you kind of like grab Ebiana, quick, get out of here! Just kind of grab her and start shoving her up the northern hallway. She starts running up down the steps to head outside. While the stones are falling, you just dodge right, dodge left, and then reach for the immovable door, grab it, you open it. Yeah. Okay, you open it. Zara is there on the other side. You can see these devils. One of them turns at the sound of the door opening. At this, you kind of turns and you can see 6 eyes light up yellow like a cat's. Just look at you.
Go. I grab Zara and toss her towards the north door.
Okay.
And try to close these 2 big doors behind me.
Okay. Yeah, strength check.
Strength. Me. Okay.
Yeah.
12.
Okay. They're heavy fucking doors, but you're able to pull it shut. Mostly. You're not quite able to shut it all the way. One of the demons gets up, its arm scratching on the inside. Yeah, Zara, you're on the other side of the door now and able to start running north.
All right. Yeah, the temple's lost. I'm just gonna start booking it north.
Okay.
I push on the door with all my might and try to pop this arm off so that the door can close.
Okay. Strength check. Another one.
5.
6.
Oh, man, that's so much
hard.
worse.
I know.
So much worse.
Oh, it's just enough that you're pushing as hard as you can, but between the door and the strange undulations of time happening right now, it's just strange. You try to dodge out of the way of a bit of stone that falls towards you as the devil pushes open the door almost gently when you back up. Smiles at you.
And I run. I just hoof it, or try to hoof it.
Okay, you run north?
Yeah.
Dex check.
Ooh, nat 20. All right.
Okay, you're able to run faster. Let me see. Okay. The devil, followed by its companion, start running, and it's at that point the field of time hits there. The walls collapse underneath. Behind the walls collapse onto the devil behind you, almost instantaneously. You run. Zare in front of you. Ebionda farther to the north. The devil holding the keystone aloft at the center of it. Adraxa next to her.
What's stopping me from attacking this demon?
Not a damn thing.
Also, how far away am I from this demon?
You're just coming out, so it's probably about a good 130 feet.
Okay.
There's nothing Adraxa wouldn't do to get this stone, and she knows it. And fury just courses through her veins. She goes into a rage and just, like, hurls her body at this demon to try and grapple and get it away.
Okay. Make a strength check.
Oh, if I have to. That was humiliating, but I'm in a rage. Let me do that again. 17.
Sorry, one moment. Oh, 17!
Meets a beats.
Yeah. So she's, strong and everything. She holds out her hand. You're able to just diving tackle her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
the
I
keystone
will.
stops pulling everyone into the future.
Yeah. I will.
The dragon, however, disappears for a moment as time snaps into a point in the future.
I'll keep fighting until I get the keystone.
Okay.
I'll do anything. Start like
okay.
punching, clawing, elbowing.
At this point, I think is a good point to call it, probably.
No, no! But dragons in my Dungeons and Dragons.
And a dungeon, kind of.
Yeah.
Kind of.
I literally wanted to give you guys Dungeons and Dragons.
We had a dungeon and a dragon. It's my two favorite things.
Same stuff.
Fuck, Matt, that was so fun.
Oh, God.
That was awesome.
That was awesome.
Good.
Yeah, thanks,
I
man.
think, most clutch thing of all was Zara picking up on the, oh shit, time is fucked. What? No! Yeah, well done.
Yeah, which I
Yeah.
still don't totally understand, but we can
So-
talk about it later.
Yeah, all good.
Yeah.
And
game,
everybody in the
guys.
chat, thank you guys. Oh my god, Blue Pitch.
Thank you for all the
Hell,
donations, Blue
I owe
Pig. That
you a
was so
drink
cool.
at this point.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah.
And B-Way, and Mark, thank you all.
Everyone, yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for hanging.
Thank you guys so much. If you want a really interesting read, check out the Discord, that PDF that Matt posted. It is literally the book in our world that's the history of the Ethereal War. And
Oh
it is
yeah.
bananas.
Lord.
Got left in the
Lord,
temple
Lord.
that collapsed. Oops.
You bet. Motherfucker!
I told you this would happen.
Yeah, of course we can leave a book with this extremely trustworthy looking NPC.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Maybe he still has it on him in his dragon form.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter. I still have my notes. I still write shit down.
Don't worry. You can just go back to whatever time you need to go back to. Nothing could possibly go
Nothing
wrong. Yeah.
I don't trust like that no more.
Welcome to whatever the hell time you guys are in now.
God damn it.
Gosh.
Now in my domain.
So,
My rage is never ending.
Oh,
Thank you
I
for
love it
game,
so
Matt.
much.
This is awesome.
yeah. Yeah. Oh man, I'm excited. I'm excited. All right.
All right.
Everybody, come by Saturday for some Artema. That's going to be some
Come by
shit,
for
yeah.
the special one-shot charity battle royale with special guests made
Yeah.
from Slices and Dices. It's gonna be
Yes.
a shit show. It's gonna be really fun. Super.
Oh yeah.
bonkers.
If you're looking for the book, check it out in the Discord. Yeah.
Yes.
It's just a PDF.
Yep.
Oh
and
yeah,
what Discord is it posted in for people that are not in the
Yep.
Not,
there-
not a
there's
not a
the-
book yet. Yeah, I would love to.
yet.
God, that would be cool. But yeah,
Join us March 26th, Saturday, not Sunday like the bot was saying. Saturday, March 26th at 8:30 for Cobaltica, a super dark, one night only cyberpunk RPG full of secrets, mystery, and heartache. It's gonna, oh, and androids. It's gonna be
Yeah.
fun. Happy St. Patty's Day. Thanks for a good game, you guys.
Yeah.
Good night.
Happy St.
Good
Pat's.
night.
Night, everyone.
night guys.